Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Today's Women's Capital League game between ANU and Tuggeranong Vikings. Hockey ACT would like to thank Transformed, an award-winning education and training organisation, for being major sponsors of the live streams. Your support is greatly appreciated. For ANU, Jamie, you want to read them out?
Absolutely. So ANU are sponsored by ANU Sport, Physio Sport O'Connor and Bunyip Toys, and their team list today. With shirt number 1, we have Emma Lomas. 2, Emily Robson. 3, Jess Smith. 5, Jenna Cartwright. 7, Alexandra Clark. 8, Isabel Cowell. 9, Shelley Watson, who's the captain. Number 10, Kelby Poynton. 11, Rach Barnsley. 12, Danny Cribb. 15, Ash Donnelly. 22, Emma Baxter. 23, Sarah Osborne. 30, Tamika Potter. And in goals, we have Peter Sutherland.
And in Tuggeranong Vikings, sponsored by Scott D. McNiven and Associates, King Air Conditioning, Vikings Group and Athlete. In number 2, we've got Sarah White. Number 3, Jamae Ferguson. Number 5, Ash Deacon. 6, Imogen Dorset. 7, Helen Legg. 8, Rebecca Lee. 9, Sophie Gagan. 12, Madison Barton. 14, Pip Lendrum. 18, Jessica Cox. 24, Ellen Vey. And in goals, Jen Feltham. So have you caught any of these two teams this season?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't been out to watch enough games today, Lil. This season actually. But we see that ANU are going to get underway, immediately sending it out to their far right side.
So working a free hit on the sideline here. So ANU and Tuggeranong both have quite a number of championships between the two teams. So it should be set to be quite an exciting game today. ANU with a free hit down the sideline.
Immediately putting those Tuggeranong players under pressure from the get-go, but we see a change over here for Tuggeranong as they go on the counter-attack. Who would be sort of your crucial players in this game, Lil?
So I think for Vikings, we've got Sophie Gagan in the middle with the visor. Soph always wears her visor, easy to spot. She's definitely one of the stronger players. She had a fantastic Hockey 1 season last year, really stepping up and taking a little bit of ownership and leadership through the Canberra Chill midfield, and it's really great to see her doing that same thing for Vikings. I think ANU, they've got quite a lot of strength. Shelley Watson, one of our long-standing AHL players in the midfield. Jenna Cartwright up front. And then a couple of young up-and-coming players. We've got Emily Robson up front, who's part of our ACTAS group. And then Emma Baxter in the midfield as well, who's one of our up-and-coming junior athletes. So ANU have quite a good mix. I think one of the last year for sure, Peter Sutherland would have been their outstanding player in goals. And I think this year she's stepping up and being quite similar.
Wonderful. So it looks like it's really going to be a strong game between these two teams as we see ANU taking a hit about 2/3 of the way down the field, sending it round for that transfer through the back. Immediately under pressure from the Vikings striker, but a nice little outlet through that midfield.
They're just out of reach of M, but she's going to have that free hit on the sideline. So Ash Deacon from Vikings was putting that pressure on Tamika Potter at the back from ANU. Ash loves to run out and put pressure on the defence. So it's something that ANU are going to have to be really conscious of when they're shifting that ball around the back. Beck Lee did a good job earning a free hit there for Tuggeranong.
Going for that quick play, but it hasn't quite paid out with being able to have that flow-on effect, but they still retain possession here for another hit.
So it's good to see Beck. She's been playing up front a little bit this season, but I think her strength is definitely through that back part of the field. So good to see her starting there for Vikings today. Shifting the ball around through Jess Cox. Played her 100th game the other day for Vikings, first grade, so it's good to see.
Absolute stalwart out in hockey.
She is. She can't get enough of it. And you'll hear Jess. She's actually commentating the next 2 games today. So if you can't get enough of Jess Cox, tune in later.
Seeing a bit of back and forth through this midfield section as the Vikings come away with that possession, that free hit.
So Vikings, and they're setting up with 3 at the back, and they do traditionally like to play with 4 in the midfield and just 3 at the back. It means those back 3 have to be really accountable on making sure that they're marking, and as soon as there's a transition or a turnover, make sure they know where their players are. As you can see, Sarah White out wide doing that, making sure she's finding where Rach Barnsley is. And an easy ball to Smitty and then through to Baxter.
Looking to use some 3D skills just to get away from her defender there, and then tries to look for that outlet down the line, but intercepted through ANU.
Jenna does a good job finding Shelley out wide.
Oh, that deflection almost coming off, but just going wide. So we're going to have a Vikings 16 hit from the back with Beckley again.
Not quite able to find Ash Deacon to make her strong at the back there, but Ash puts some pressure. Doesn't come away with the turnover, but definitely putting ANU under some pressure at the back there.
An absolutely beautiful day as well, Lil.
I know, so lovely. Although this morning, hard work with the sprinklers, with the sun and the wind.
Hockey Ace T, you need to be all over it.
It's hard work out there, trust me.
So again, seeing it down in this right-hand attacking corner for ANU. Again, trying to find their way into that circle, but it's being controlled out. That beautiful orange stick making Beck very distinguishable
She
today on the
does like
field.
to stand out Beck Lee. One of our poster girls for Canberra Chill. Just who went in for the tackle then for the Vikings, it's Kira Palmentier. She's another one of our junior players. Vikings have quite a few members who were in our emerging talent squad. So good to see Kira out there.
And going for the Tomo and almost a deflection again. In it goes. Goal for ANU.
Well followed up. That was an initial shot by Jenna Cartwright. Didn't quite go on target, but Rach Barnsley, I think she got a very similar one last week on the post there. Absolute confidence. There was no chance that she was giving Jen a look at that one. So good, strong start by ANU.
Vikings immediately on the counter-attack. We know that that first sort of 2 to 5 minutes after a goal is scored is crucial for the defensive side to really hold on to their goal. So it was Vikings really looking to try and drive that, but we see ANU just comfortably outletting down the far end of the field to get out of their danger zone.
And Kelby point in there up front, not quite able to get that ball. Sarah White's taking the 16 for Vikings. And looking to hit Kira in the midfield. Emma Lomas from ANU does a good job of dispossessing Kira there.
Another opportunity for ANU. And they secure
one.
it.
That's 2 shots from Jenna Cartwright. Able to get that second one in. Didn't need the help of her teammates there. I think that easy dispossession in the midfield is something that Vikings are going to have to make sure all those receives are nice and secure, that they don't give ANU any opportunity to get a hold of the ball.
So we see them transferring round the back, but decide to crash it through the middle, looking for her striker, but just couldn't quite find the accuracy on that one. Still maintains possession of the ball, though, Vikings, with an opportunity here now to attack the ANU circle. We're going to see Jessica Cox stepping up, related to Anthony Cox, who had a superb social game last night.
He is. I do think Vikings would be much better off if Anthony got a start with them, but they'll have to deal with having the not the quite so talented twin in Jess Cox.
I think he offered to give her lessons, actually.
He did. Our social team a little bit disappointed in Jess Cox. She chose commentating over playing last night, so...
She's only played 1 game for us this season, and we see Vikings now finding a way to drive into the circle, but we've seen the ANU defenders rock solid at the top there, not giving them an inch. Sophie Gagan now trying to find her way around, earning her team a penalty, which is awesome.
Beck Lee connecting with Helen Legg out wide. So Helen does really well out wide in space. She's got beautiful set of skills for that baseline and sideline. Finds it in the circle, but again, ANU's able to turn that over.
We're going to see again that midfield opening up for ANU. This is where they've been so dangerous in this first 8 minutes of the game, and they're in the circle again.
So Lucy over the ball. Lucy plays 1s and 2s, and she's actually top goal scorer in second grade competition with 15 goals.
15 goals?
Yeah. She's having a very good year this year, Luce.
I'm laughing in pure appreciation
Yeah.
of that, because I wish that I had scored 15 goals this season. So what a legend.
Yeah, she's a very good forward, very good goal scorer. And doing well. She's showing putting pressure on that Tuggeranong defence there. And Alex steps up, not able to secure that trap out wide. but a good step denying Tuggeranong that opportunity of possession.
This is where Tuggeranong are really going to have to look at how are they going to be leading in front of those ANU players, because as I look up for Jess Cox there, it was just ANU all in front of the Tuggeranong players. So they're really looking at, are they leading in front by starting behind, or do they need to be starting in front and then holding that strong position in front of their defensive player?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's that balance between making sure the forwards are creating a little bit of depth and not crowding that midfield, but also recognising when it is time to step in front of that opposition. It's a tricky balance sometimes.
A lot of game time to go yet, though, so it's only the first quarter.
And Ash Deacon, that's a really well-weighted ball. Maddie not quite able to get there before Tamika, but very good tackle. And Tuggeranong win that free hit. That was excellent by Maddie out wide. Helen leg into the circle, looking to find Imogen or Ash there, and wins a Tuggeranong free hit just outside.
That moment of play really just showed how important it is for those attacking players, even if you're not necessarily going to get it, to put that defensive player under pressure immediately so they don't have an option to think before they have to try and get rid of the ball or use some skills. So Vikings deep in their right pocket now, into the circle, looking for a spots deflection.
Beautiful ball in by Ash Deacon. Ellen Vay over the ball, finding Pip Lendrum. I think Pip was probably looking for a foot there for Shelley, but just missed.
Really good attacking, consistent attacking play from the Vikings there, really connecting with each other, which is really good to see, particularly when ANU have been strong in this first sort of 10 minutes or so, and now we see very strong defensive wall from the Vikings, but ANU outletting down their right sideline. Nice skill there from Shelley Watson, their captain, but immediately opposing captain taking her on in Shelley Gagan, and we see Coxie outletting through her backline now, and a crash ball through from Beck Lee.
Good receive by Imogen there. That was quite a hard hit, and she did a good job to receive that under control. And Helen not quite able to find Imogen, but did find the foot of Smitty, and Vikings with that free hit.
Looking for that deflection again, so a hard ball straight into the circle, and it needs to be hard and fast at this level of hockey as well. You know, you want your players to be willing to put themselves out there to get a stick to it, to get that deflection in the goal. So it's not the wrong ball to be doing, especially when you have that quick play. And we see an overhead here to the midfield.
Into Smitty, and then she's able to find Alex overlapping out wide from that halfback. Em Robson with the ball. Very clinical player, Em Robson. Scored some excellent goals this season. So forces a turnover. Looking to find Ellen, and Ellen does a really good job of dispossessing Tamika there. Ellen finds Ash in the circle, back to Ellen. Ash is on that ball. Well done, Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings now with their first short corner of the game for either team. So it'll be interesting to see what option they go for here. But an opportunity to put a goal on the board to ANU's 2 goals so far. What sort of variation would you expect to see here, Lil? Or what would be their first option, do you think, as we see a double battery set up?
So Beck's got a really good hit on the left battery there, and Helen on the right's got a nice drag flick, but is looking for that hit. And Pip Lendrum not able to get there for that rebound. So I think Tuggeranong have a really good opportunity to be able to do some variations on corners, because Pip Lendrum, who's pushing out, has a really, really quick and accurate push. So provides them with a little bit more time at the top of the circle to maybe try some things. And I think against Peter Sutherland for ANU, really important that they change the angle of that shot, because a straight shot is going to be very challenging to get in against Peter. So importance of variations for Vikings for sure.
Seeing ANU now earning that free hit on their far sideline. Looking for that short option, but it's just ducked out of the field of play, so Vikings are going to take it and have an opportunity again to attack their opposition's goal.
Good intercept by M. She's able to not quite find Rachel Bunsley. Beckley, excellent defence there. Good quick free hit straight into Rachel's foot. Rachel did not even flinch.
fearless.
It's how you get those goals like she has the last couple of weeks. Absolutely willing to put her body on the line.
Beck again looking to drive that ball down the field, but it's going to end up with Shelley Watson again. She sends it out right. We're going to see Coxie trying to put pressure there on the ANU players. It comes through that midfield line again. ANU have been so strong in that centre of the field today. It'll be interesting to see if they can hold that up throughout the rest of the game, or if Vikings change how they're playing to shut it down.
I think ANU definitely have a lot of depth in that midfield, so they will be able to put quite a few players through those positions, so I think the risk of them getting tired is pretty low. I think Vikings definitely need to concentrate on making sure they're going around that midfield rather than through.
So we come down to this last minute in the first 15 in this first quarter. They'll just be looking to possess here. Vikings probably going to be looking for an opportunity to attack the ANU goal and maybe sneak one back before the quarter break. But ANU surely looking to just possess before they can regroup for that short break.
So we've got Isabel Cowell over the ball, looking to find Shelley. Helen not quite able to knock that away from Shelley, and she hits it out wide. Sending it back around to Tamika, just valuing that possession. Tuggeranong being aggressive, putting a lot of pressure. And again, Beck at the back, able to step in front and regain possession. Not quite able to connect with Charlotte out wide. I think it's been a really good start to this game. Nice and even, although ANU have got 2 on the board. I think the game's probably a little bit more even than that score suggests. The Vikings have had some good opportunities to the back end of this quarter.
Absolutely, it's been quite even, as you said, Lil. So a great first 15 from these two teams, and looking forward to the next one.
We'll be back soon.
Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, SportsLink Travel, and O'Neill's.
For a great game of social golf on a beautiful course, visit wonqy Country Club on the corner of Northbourne Avenue and the Barton Highway, Lyneham. If it's competition golf you're after, wonqy has a variety of membership options available to suit a variety of needs. For further information on social golf or memberships, contact the club on 6241 3377 or visit wonqy's website www.wonqy.com.au. Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development.
And welcome back, everyone. We're into the second quarter of ANU vs Vikings. ANU got 2 quick goals and are leading 2-0. But as we saw at the back end of that first quarter, Vikings creating some really good opportunities. So it'll be great to see this second quarter and what's on display. You're with Lil Mutton and Jamie Smith. Excited to be here with you today, guys.
So it's been a really competitive first quarter between these two teams. We see ANU again trying to work down their right side, but intercepted by Vikings. Going to have a little tussle in this midfield here until someone comes out with possession.
And Jess Smith a little bit too clinical there for Helen Legg. Like I said, Helen really works well in space and in the sideline.
Opportunity again for ANU, taking the shot. That was a true body on the line slide there.
Yeah, absolutely. Smitty's well known for her goal scoring capabilities and absolutely loves any opportunity to get on the ground in front of the goal. And there she is back again, ready for a second opportunity, able to find Lucy Back to Rachel. Imogen does a good job of just stepping in front of Kelby there, just to deny that opportunity. And Sarah not quite able to connect with Ash out wide. So we've got Aisling over the ball for ANU.
Nice little outlet passes there, and that's really comes through when you know where your players are, you know where your next pass is going to be, and that's what's been quite impressive from both teams, I think, so far. They've had those pivot plays and they've known where they're going to send that ball with their next possession.
Absolutely, and I think Emma Baxter and Emma Lomas in the middle for ANU at the moment, they work really, really well together, so it's great to see them able to shift that ball in and out so quickly and so confidently through that Tuggeranong midfield. So quick ball from Beckley out to Imogen. And ANU able to turn the ball over.
Really trying to fight it out from this side of the field. It's going to be about changing that angle of attack now, and we see ANU trying to do that, but again, coming through that centre where they're so strong.
And good strength there from Sarah White.
Sends it down safely to the far corner. I had an interesting point brought up with me by Beck McRae the other day, Lil, where she said, CL1 must be a bit sore at the moment because we don't have ball kids. And coming from Brisbane, and this is my first season of hockey in the ACT, we don't have ball kids in Brisbane. So I went, what do you mean ball kids? She's like, normally CL1 have ball kids.
We do, and unfortunately because of COVID this year we don't have ball kids, but normally, we don't have to go and get the ball ourselves in first grade, and it makes it such a quicker game. Although with this, towards the end of this season with these hotter games, it's actually probably not going to be a terrible thing for the players to have a little bit of a rest. But it is something that has been a bit of an adjustment for players having to run and get the ball.
Such a luxury.
Such a luxury. We are very lucky in Canberra.
So you see Soph Gagan just stepping up for her team to really gain and dominate a little bit of possession here so that the Vikings have the opportunity to open up the field. Going back there through Beckley. She's got such a strong hit and finds her player there in Ash Deacon. Well picked up. Just throwing that into space. And now we're going to have a little bit of contested possession in this deep corner. ANU winning the hit there.
Yeah, Sarah did a good job. She was composed then. Sarah for ANU, was composed then. Ellen just wasn't quite able to stop Sarah putting the ball onto her foot, and ANU coming out with that free hit. A good post up and roll out there from Smith, able to open up the field, and Emma able to connect with Kelby, but Kelby not quite able to make that pass. But it's good vision from Emma Lomas.
That ball just seems to stick to Jess Smith's stick.
It does.
It's attached.
Absolutely does. She's another one of our Canberra Strikers players.
Immediately putting Beckley under pressure there as Vikings look to switch it around, and that's a very good transfer play around the back. We're going to see immediately we've got those ANU players free to be outletting that ball to, so good movement, but again some more pressure on Alex Clark here.
And Jenna Cartwright on the ball. Beck knows you can't give Jenna any space to run, and Soph's there to pick up those scraps. Jenna Cartwright is an incredible goal scorer, so give her any time or space in that attacking third.
That's some intelligent defencer as well, knowing when do you put that pressure immediately on the player in possession or who is going to be in possession, and when do you hold off and then choose your moment. So it's about that intelligent hockey play right there.
And that's one of the things that's so lucky in Canberra. Everybody does know everyone so well, so you're really able to make those decisions based on your opposition from experience playing with and against them for so long.
It's a tight-knit hockey community here.
It definitely is. Everyone knows everyone.
So now we see a nice lead out there to gain possession with the stationary Vikings defenders, but they're now on the counter attack, going to angle into the circle here, and that's just come off an ANU stick for a long corner. Oh, and friendly fire.
So got Soph over the ball.
Oh, she was really looking for that nice flat pass across, but the stick was just floating in the air. So right idea from Soph to change that angle of attack into the circle where there was some free space. We're going to have another opportunity here for the Vikings though.
It's a good touch by Kira. Ellen does a good job just to secure that free hit. Kira looking to enter the circle and wins another free hit.
On the foot of Izzy Cow there. We see the less talented Cox stepping up for the hit. Tony, if you're out there, we've got your back.
And back into Jess. She'll be looking to enter that circle. I think it's important, just like Jess showed, that they get patience. Don't have to enter the circle on that first pass. And Kira able to put it on M. Robson's foot there.
See, when you have possession in that attacking 25, you know, sometimes you need to wait for the defence to make that mistake and open up a gap. So we see some outlets here from ANU as they're going to head up the field. Pressure from Soph Gagan, and it's going to be outlet for Vikings coming back through that midfield. Nice angles there.
It's good ball movement by Kira. And Ash Deacon looking to connect with another player. Unfortunately not able to then receive that ball back in the circle, but that was a good ball from Pip Lendrum. And you did a good job of just deflecting that out of Ash's reach.
We see them transfer it straight to the other side, a one pass across. It's a bit more freedom with the Vikings in this quarter, Lil. Last quarter there was a lot of possession from ANU in that midfield, and it seems like it's been shut down a bit by the Vikings this quarter.
Yeah, so Tuggeranong Vikings actually have Paul Serrater, so Canberra Chill assistant coach, sitting in the dugout with them today. So this is the second game that he's been around the group for. Very smart coach, so I think he probably had some words of wisdom to share with them at that quarter time break. And I'd say they've definitely paid off.
Absolutely. This has been really tight. The whole game's been quite tight, but there haven't been any more strong opportunities from ANU yet in this quarter as they had in the first quarter. So we see some awesome 3D skills coming through, but Jess Cox seeing her outlet in that centre line.
So Kira over the ball finds Soph and a quick pass out to Jess. Jess probably could have waited, just been a bit more patient. Pip Lendrum was there, ready to lead to that T spot. The Vikings have another free hit, an opportunity to reset.
Just clarifying where exactly that long corner is being taken from. Then outletting with Sarah White, who looks for that ball. Picked up nicely. Can she control it? Yes, into the circle.
So Charlotte doing a good job putting pressure on Sarah, not letting her have time and space. And Em able to find Jenna. There's Soph again, just making sure that Jenna has no time when she receives that ball. And it paid off. Sophie's able to get that ball in the circle. A little bit of tussle between Izzy and Pip.
We'll see another short corner for the Vikings. So they've had both short corners this game, Lil, and last time there was just a little bit of a top edge to the ball, not a solid hit from that second of the double battery. So we'll see if it again comes out to Coxie's side for another hit, or if they are going to vary it, because as you were saying earlier, they just can't go for a straight shot at Peter Sutherland.
Yeah, she's definitely really strong on those straight shots. So Ash Deacon's quite good on the deflections, and we can see her setting up to run in on that right post.
So they've gone for the other of their batteries, the nearer one to the dragger.
So Beckley's got a really solid hit, but that one just found itself wide. Hopefully they're able to create a few more opportunities. It's hard to throw those away. Kelby Poynton receiving it, just able to get inside the circle and find the foot of Beckley.
ANU immediately on that counter attack, and we've gone from short corner to short corner at the other end. What do you see as their key option here, Lil?
So I think ANU have some really, really well-drilled corners. Tuggeranong Vikings, they're good on the straight shot and they've got some really solid runners. So it'll be similar to what down the other end. I think we'll have to see ANU moving the ball at that top of the circle. Jenna, who's pushing out, is very, very good on the deflections. And we've got Shelley as well. Looks like she might even be running in for a deflection on the spot. Have a look and see.
Laying off to the right, sending it back to the top. They're going to have to look at their options and be smart here. Sending it out to the left, lining up and having a crack. Save there from Jen.
So that's where we said that straight shot, Tuggeranong are very strong. It'll need to be about moving the ball. I have a feeling, though, the intention was to probably end up with a shot from the spot there, which I think was a good decision, but not quite able to execute that one. And M. Robson receiving in space, able to find Shelley. Phenomenal shot from Shelley Watson. Just shows cool, calm and collected. But equally phenomenal shot was the pass from M. Robson. With Shelley in time and space. Excellent vision from M.
We see ANU taking a 3-0 lead so far with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. It really doesn't reflect how tight the game has been so far, especially this quarter. It's been very tight between the two teams.
Especially this quarter. I think Vikings have had more opportunities than ANU. I think ANU really have only had those 2 opportunities and they're able to score 1 of 2 opportunities. So that conversion rate, they'll be pretty happy with.
Just saying they're going to almost retain possession down in that attacking corner. They have had a fair bit of attacking play down in this right attacking corner for ANU today when they haven't been in that midfield with those breakaway plays. So again, we're going to see the Vikings transferring it around the back in their circle though, and there's going to be a challenge, but comes away with it and going to try and crash it through.
It's good pressure by Lucy in the press there and really able to put Sarah under a little bit of stress on her next pass. It's good touch by Emma Baxter, but not able to receive that second one, but still does earn a long corner for ANU.
So ANU really building off the back of that last goal. They've not given the Vikings an inch since they scored.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been in this attacking third since that goal. And Jenna looking to get it on the spot there. It's a good touch by Helen Legg, just knocking it out of Jenna's reach.
I think Beck may have thought that it had come off an ANU stick and didn't think it was going to be a long corner because she left that one at the end.
She did, yeah. She probably could have an opportunity to get that, but wasn't quite clear whether it was Helen or Jenna who touched that. So Sarah wide over the ball for Vikings. Shifting it around through Beck. And Smitty just touched that, so Vikings get a free hit on the sideline a little bit further up the field. Got Coxie over the ball. And on the far side, Imogen Dorset's in some good space. See if they can shift the ball around and get it out to her.
We see that set up from that ANU defensive zone though, cutting that square ball off for Jess. She could try and slot it through if she backs herself, but otherwise very smart defensive play positionally from those ANU players.
Yeah, they set quite an aggressive press, and that 4th person in the midfield does give them that little bit of freedom to push their strikers a little bit higher and really deny all opportunities from that sideline hit.
Nice little overhead. We've seen a few overheads thrown this game, which has been, I think, nice variation.
It's good. There are a few girls out here who've got pretty good overheads, so it's good to see them throwing them around.
Vikings now trying to wrestle this possession in their favour to bring it into the circle again, and we're at the top looking for a shot, and it's going to be, I thought it was going to be a short corner, but it's just a Vikings hit from outside.
That was a really good quick free hit from Kira there. Smart to be able to move that ball quickly and connect with Helen.
She's going to take that 100% pass to her fullback. It's going to be sent into the circle. Coxie now trying to wind up and send it in, but perhaps need to look at a shorter option, I think, on that occasion.
I think Beck's doing a good job of being able to break those lines for Vikings, but it's just that second phase of those forwards making sure that they step in front of those ANU defenders at that last minute so that they can be that first touch on the ball. instead of letting ANU turn that possession over.
They'll probably just start winding it down here. There's only 15 seconds left on the clock in this first half. Both teams eager to get into the dugouts and have a chat about what they need to work on and what's going well for them.
Going to be important that I think Vikings stay confident in this second half. They've created some good opportunities and there's absolutely no reason why they can't get on the scoreboard. Excellent, so that's halftime today. We will be back with you shortly.
Being a sports physio, I see lots of injuries. As you can imagine, I've seen plenty of ankle injuries and I have used many different types of ankle braces, but to be honest, I've never seen one as superior as the XOL. It allows your ankle to move like it was designed to, but it kicks in the moment it goes to go too far, and in that way it protects the ankle joint. So whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just someone who enjoys getting out and about, the XOL will give you confidence as well as a sense of freedom to keep you doing what you do each and every day and to enjoy life. XOL.
Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's.
Today's game proudly sponsored by Synergy Group, a professional services firm delivering dynamic solutions to government. Canberra born and bred, they exist to uncover what could be so that it can be. They imagine life-changing ideas and help our government make them a reality, and are creators and advisors behind some of Australia's most important projects.
Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's.
For a great game of social golf on a beautiful course, visit wonqy Country Club on the corner of Northbourne Avenue and the Barton Highway Lyneham. If it's competition golf you're after, wonqy has a variety of membership options available to suit a variety of needs. For further information on social golf or memberships, contact the club on 6241 3377 or visit wonqy's website www.wonqy.com.au. Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development.
Welcome back to the game between ANU and Vikings in our Capital League Women's game. We would like to thank Transformed, an award-winning education and training organisation, for being a major sponsor of the live streams. Your support is greatly appreciated. We start this second half with ANU leading Tuggeranong 3-0. However, as we saw in that second quarter, I think the opportunities from Tuggeranong are still there, so I'm not sure we could call this an easy game for this second half. What do you think we're going to see this half, Jamie?
Well, I think it's exactly what you just brought up there. There's been opportunities for the Vikings. The difference between them and ANU at this stage is just conversion. So Vikings have had a couple of short corner opportunities. They've gone begging a little bit, but they have created that opportunity, whereas ANU have capitalised on those moments they've had in front of the goal.
Absolutely, and I think Vikings are probably missing Laura Gray up front, so one of their strikers. Shout out to Laura, who's at home watching. Not sure she enjoys watching the hockey, but absolutely missing that kind of just that aggression up front, whereas ANU have Jenna and Shelley putting in a lot of hard yards in that attacking circle.
We see here Vikings immediately going on the attack, and we're going to see a bit of a tussle down in this close sideline between the two teams to get that first solid possession for the second half.
Touch by Jenna. Emma Baxter able to find Jenna, and Soph again right on Jenna Cartwright, not letting her have any time or space.
A bit of a fight there in the middle. Like to see players getting, really dominant in the game. It's all about possessing that ball and asserting, this is mine, this is my possession.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the physicality that hockey's able to bring, and I think it just really shows it's a strong, fast, really exciting sport. Definitely not for faint-hearted.
See Tamika finding her player up the middle of the field.
It's good.
That was Smitty. It's onto the Vikings' foot. Opportunity, quick hit taken, and they're going to send it straight into the circle, looking for that deflection or possession. But that just goes begging. But some nice lead-up play from ANU. Really good at turning that possession really quickly and capitalising on it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that receive of Emma Baxter in the midfield, that early one, so good to see those young players, those quick open receives, and then she did the same quick free hit. Really great to see. And able to find M. Robson. Didn't quite get the cleanest shot away, but still on target, forcing Jen to make a save.
Nicely cleaned up there from the Vikings defenders, looking for that safe outlet instead of playing around with it in that danger zone.
Yeah, and I think Jen's got a lot of experience in the net for Vikings, so she definitely has that circle under control.
Pressure being put on by the Vikings attack and capitalise from a missed trap there, going to wind up, but stick just got caught, I think, on a skirt or maybe some bike pants.
Emma Lomas with the ball, sending it back out to Tamika, giving ANU an opportunity to shift that point of attack, create a bit more time and space. And a beautiful receive from Emma Baxter, and straight out to Danny out wide. Not able to make that trap, but what an excellent receive from Emma Baxter in the middle.
That's what we were talking about earlier, is knowing where your next pass is going. So she was aware that she had her player out on that far side, and all it was turn, send.
Yeah, absolutely. She's also a very good cricketer, Emma Baxter. So if there's any bouncy balls in front of that net, she's always keen to jump right on those.
Stick and ball sports, hey?
I know. Although we always struggle with in summer when Emma comes back. Every time she shoots, I have to check with her, which sport are you playing?
It's definitely a different action, that high elbow in cricket when you're driving the ball, versus in hockey when you're keeping your head down and it's more playing through it towards the ground.
Good work in there by Sarah. But again, good pressure from Vikings. Like we said at the start, Ash Deacon really loves to get up in the face of the defenders and force those turnovers high up the field. And Ellen Vey about to put pressure on Emma Lomas, and Ellen does a good job of touching it but not able to control it. And Emma's able to find Danny out wide. Good work by Rach, out to Shelley. And Smitty's able to get that ball.
And that's that dangerous midfield that ANU have had, particularly in that first quarter. They used it so well and executed their transfers so neatly through that midfield. Last quarter, the Vikings had really shut it down, so they hadn't given ANU that opportunity to go through that midline as often as they had been in the first quarter. But it'll be interesting to see if they're still able to maintain that sort of shutdown of that area, or if ANU can open it back up.
It definitely does look a little bit more open this quarter than it did in the second quarter. But we know Vikings are absolutely capable of shutting that midfield down. So it's just about making sure they switch on and deny that space and opportunity for ANU. So Emma Lomas over the ball, looking to find Shelley Watson just outside the circle, but Soph Gagan did a good job of stepping in front. Just a little bit too far ahead of Maddie.
Maybe just a few too many Weet-Bix this morning on that hit.
I reckon Soph would quite often have a few too many Weet-Bix. She's such a dynamic, strong midfielder. Emma Lomas out to Tamika. Good intercept by Kira.
Were the other players 5 metres from her?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Kira was probably unlucky not to get a free hit there, but
that turn again from ANU, she's got her player open but has just missed that opportunity and given the Vikings time to regroup. But there goes another goal for ANU. Again, that conversion rate, Lil.
So another one. Jenna Cartwright involved, but Kelby Poynton got that final shot away. So well done to Kelby. That's ANU leading 4-0. I think this quarter mirrors a little bit of that first quarter, so I think it's important the Vikings remember what they did in that second quarter and remember what they're capable of. Just out of reach of Helen there.
And you just can't give ANU a chance in that circle because they're taking those opportunities, and if there is a free player, it's in the net, essentially. And the Vikings had done so well just then to get back and actually shut down what ANU had created, so all credit to ANU for getting that one out.
Yeah, they're for sure a class act, ANU, and I think they've got, like I said at the start, a number of premierships to really show that experience through this group. A number of really good National League players and some up-and-coming players in this ANU side. For sure, they're the ones to beat this season.
Seeing them come out their left side. A little bit of pressure, but managed to 1-2 that one out. And looking to work it down the line, but I'm going to see a Vikings possession and hit from the sideline. So resetting ANU with that nice tidy press and that intercept right there. They tracked really nicely through there, going to weight that ball just a little too heavily, but definitely the right idea.
Yeah, it's a beautiful intercept by Em Robson. We haven't seen much of her on the ball today. Definitely has been really driven by Shelley and Jenna up front, but Em Robson, a very clinical, skillful player up front, so it'll be good to see a little bit more of her over that ball. We've got Beckley for Tuggeranong over the ball for that 16. Looks to shift it around. I think she was thinking about punching a lot through a line then, but instead out to Sarah White, who wasn't able to get it through. Got Lucy over the ball. And a good turnover from Sophie Gagan.
She's really been quite a calm head and very instrumental in controlling that Vikings element of the game, Sophie Gagan. Every time she gets it, she's putting either the other team under a lot of pressure if they're possessing it, or she's able to claim that possession and find an outlet for her team. And sometimes it is send it down the other end of the field so people can reset.
Yeah, for sure. She's improved so much over the last couple of years, and it's really great to see her have such an important leadership role in this Vikings group. So we've got Smitty carrying the ball for ANU. Not quite able to find Em Robson.
Seeing some nice stick-to-stick play here.
Yeah, through a couple of the Vikings junior players. So we've got Pip Landrum out wide. Able to beat Shelley and find Imogen Dorset.
There's a nice little connecting play there between those players for the Vikings. But now we're going to see this wall of blue and white in front of the hitter, and she's trying to find that outlet. Nice movement up there from Sophie Gagan, but again, just so difficult to find that opportunity through the ANU defensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Imogen probably a little bit of confidence. She's got a pretty good overhead, so that might have even been an opportunity for her to back herself and throw an overhead into the corner, into the space for some of her players to run on for. But it is very intimidating when you line up and you can't see any of your teammates. Shelley Watson over the ball, tussling with Pip Landrum.
A little bit of stick connection there. Shelley's just so strong on that ball. You see her just being a presence each time she has it. That'd be quite intimidating for the other players, but they're still challenging her each and every time.
Yeah, which is so great to see.
See a quick hit from ANU there, looking for an option to the left. Nice little intercept from the Vikings and looking to outlet, but got a nice little stick from the defence getting in the way. So that's from Alex Clark.
Not quite able to connect with Lucy. And Vikings doing a good job to regain possession of that. It's a good receive by Helen Legg in the midfield there. Able to find Sarah just outside, and Izzy's connecting with Smith. Back into Izzy and looking to shift it through Emma Baxter. That's good passing pattern there by ANU.
That's leading up here nicely. A lifted ball into the circle, just deemed a little bit dangerous. So Vikings going to have a chance to reset. Haven't actually seen Jess Cox back on the field in a while. I wonder if she heard our comments regarding
she is.
Tony.
Here she
there.
is.
Speak of the devil. And they're immediately trying to find her as she leads on with a bit of space there, but ANU
Looks like she's having a run in the midfield.
wants a goal.
Izzy Cowell looking to try and get in the circle there, but Sarah trying really hard to deny that opportunity and did a really good job. It's an ANU long corner. Oh, no, my mistake, a short corner. She must have just been inside the circle. It's good strength there by Izzy Cowell.
So last short corner from ANU, we saw that they'd taken it to the top, laid it off to the right, and they were looking to send it back into that sort of spot area, but it just got a little bit caught up and they had to find another point of attack. So do you think they'll try and go down that same route again?
I'm not sure. I think as a defender, I think any layoff right is quite easy to read and easier to save. So I think it's much more dangerous if those players look to go down the left. We've got Izzy on the top. He's got it quite a strong straight shot, but they move the ball to the left. Shelley not quite able to connect with that probably as well as she will have liked. And just flies past a couple of ANU sticks in the circle there.
So a nice save from Jennifer Feltham then. Feltham, sorry. And Vikings come out unscathed from that short corner. They find a nice little connection, dispossessed, and they're going to line up and have a crack, and that's a big swing, no ding.
And Beckley does well to clean up those scraps. I was almost said good save, Jem, but it didn't quite make it to her. Beckley doing a good job being in that right position.
Vikings now with an opportunity to go on the immediate counter-attack.
And Maddie trying to get through to Ellen. Ellen just out of reach. So Ellen Vay as well is another really good goal scorer for Vikings. Last year she got an unbelievable amount of just little deflections and tap-ins on that post. So another really dangerous player in that attacking circle.
Not as many opportunities for the Vikings this quarter. We talked about in the first half how they'd created a number of opportunities, they just couldn't quite convert them, but it just doesn't seem that they've been able to tie that back together for this quarter. So hopefully in the final quarter they're able to find some more of those opportunities and perhaps touch one in.
Yeah, it'd be really good to see. I think the game has been a little bit more even than potentially that 4-0 does suggest, but ANU have just done a better job of taking the opportunities that they've created than Tuggeranong at this stage.
Beautiful transfer through that back line to come onto this right side for the Vikings. Really smooth. Do you see Beckley with an overhead? Love an overhead.
Absolutely. I think it's really great to see confidence of players to start using them a little bit more. I always say to the players, when you stuff up a hit and you'll still try another hit, it doesn't matter if you stuff up an overhead, just try another one. Still a little bit of fear around it. Good turnover by Soph Gagan. A little bit too far out in front of Helen Legg.
With those skills, it's important to have them to build that toolkit for yourself, and then the intelligence to know when to use it and also when to keep trying and to back yourself and build that confidence. So in this last minute of the third quarter, Vikings now attacking down the close sideline to the grandstand.
I think if they've had a little look at the clock, they'll just be aware a little bit of urgency needed to get this ball in the circle to create an opportunity, and Soph's leading out wide.
Perhaps time for a short corner to get in there and just find a foot, but we're going to see ANU now on the counter-attack.
Good marking by Sarah White there. but as well a good follow-up from Shelley putting it into Sarah's foot. I think Emma Baxter's had a look at the time. And that's our last quarter break. So 3 quarters down, it is 4-0 to ANU, leading Vikings. And we will be back with you shortly.
Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's.
For a great game of social golf on a beautiful course, visit wonqy Country Club on the corner of Northbourne Avenue and the Barton Highway Lyneham. If it's competition golf you're after, wonqy has a variety of membership options available to suit a variety of needs. For further information on social golf or memberships, contact the club on 6241 3377 or visit wonqy's website www.wonqy.com.au. Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development.
Being a sports physio, I see lots of injuries. As you can imagine, I've seen plenty of ankle injuries, and I have used many different types of ankle braces, but to be honest, I've never seen one as superior as the XOL. It allows your ankle to move like it was designed to, but it kicks in the moment it goes to go too far, and in that way it protects the ankle joint. So whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just someone who enjoys getting out and about, the XOL will give you confidence as well as a sense of freedom to keep you doing what you do each and every day and to enjoy life. XOL.
And welcome back to the game between Tuggeranong Vikings and ANU. ANU are leading 4-0 as we enter the 4th and final quarter. So I think we saw some really good hockey from Tuggeranong in that second quarter, and they looked like they were going to start to claw it back, but ANU just taking advantage of those opportunities that they've created and really with some excellent finishing in that circle.
They are really just lethal as soon as they have space in the circle, and even not too much space. As long as they get some sort of shot away, they seem to have players sniffing around the goal, looking for any sort of deflection or throwing their bodies on the line to try and find one. So as we see Vikings now working their way around the back, immediately under pressure from that ANU forward line.
Sophie Gagan's having an excellent game for Vikings in the midfield there, so strong. And really trying to limit that damage that the ANU midfield are doing.
So what would be your coaching point for the Vikings going into this final quarter? They can look at the scoreboard and know it's not reflective of the whole game, because it has been a lot closer, particularly in that second quarter than I think that scoreline indicates. What would your advice be if you were their coach?
So I think they initially started with 3 at the back, and I think potentially moving to 4 at the back so that they're giving them a little bit more opportunity to attack out wide and really look to bypass that midfield. At the moment, in the last quarter, they were looking to bypass the midfield but still going through, so hitting long balls but through the middle of the field. I think they need to make sure that they're using all of their players, but that the attack is coming from out wide. Which was a good demonstration there just from Beck Lee, carrying it out wide, looking to hit Ash Deacon. So I think, looking to use all of their players, but a little bit wider than maybe previously. What do you think some valuable points for ANU in this 4th quarter are?
I think, their capitalisation has been spot on this whole time. I think it's connecting stick to stick with if the Vikings players they did in that second quarter where they really shut down ANU in the midfield, and ANU were forced to actually find that stick to stick play and really trusting each other a little bit more, as they definitely do in this whole game. So it just really depends on if they're able to dominate the midfield yet again, or if they need to find that stick to stick again. But overall, they have been linking really nicely as a team.
Yeah, agreed. And I think it's important that any team, when you have a little bit of an advantage on the scoreboard, that you don't get complacent and keep pushing and keep wanting more opportunities and more goals.
See them fighting into the circle yet again here, so getting a free hit just outside.
It's Emma Baxter with another really quick free hit into Shelley. Jess Cox in a good position in that circle there.
And another short corner for ANU. So we've seen two variations from them so far. Their first short corner went out to the right, and then they're trying to find it back to the spot area, and it broke down a little bit. Second short corner was to the top and a layoff to the left for a hit. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to go with this time. If they set up a battery again, which it looks like they are going to.
I think if it was me, I'd make a call straight out to Shelley to the one left and then look to hit it across the face of the goal. Let's see. They've gone out to the top just to the right of Smitty, who has to stand up and trap it and isn't quite able to get control of that. Emma Baxter with a nice turnover, and Smitty with a shot able to earn another short corner. So that's good play by Emma Baxter there. Really smart awareness of having to move in and around the circle and able to create another scoring opportunity even though the short corner broke down.
There really is that presence from ANU as well, because Soph Gagan was so strong there, shutting down that short corner and then trying to work it out, and there just wasn't that extra Viking player to lay off to, whereas there was one or two ANU players who was going, no, this is our ball again, and it's earned them that short corner once again. As it comes to the top.
Looking for Shelley on the spot, straight into the top of the net.
That is a textbook slap and deflect.
Yeah, both of those were really good, and I think we saw as soon as ANU were able to execute that push and trap at the top of the circle, it was almost too easy.
So ANU now with the 5-0 lead going to this final quarter. Vikings trying to find their way back to some possession.
Nice skills from Helen Legg. Pip Lendrum in the circle, able to find Ellen just outside of Ellen's reach. Peter Sutherland was right in front of Ellen. She knew Ellen was that dangerous player.
What an excellent turn of play there as well. They got the ball back, starting from halfway and immediately went on the attack, which you need to do. You need to be stamping your authority and saying, we're not here to be rolled over, we're here to play and we're here to score.
And love a cliche, but it doesn't take that long to score a goal. And, even though it is the last quarter and we've just got 11 minutes, absolutely Tuggeranong are capable of putting some points on the board. So good defence from Izzy. Helen did a really good job of earning a free hit there. And Beckley over the ball.
Sends it in, but smart awareness from Peter Sutherland, just letting that one go into the goal box.
So I think that's probably where a little bit of the difference with ANU and Vikings. There was no one, no body on the line from that far post, no one with that real desperation to put that final touch in.
I think they only had one player in the circle just then for that, and you really need all three strikers and potentially your far midfield player as well, circling through that circle for those opportunities. As we see ANU now working the ball towards their attacking circle and earning a long corner.
Soph Gagan back in that play again, so a really good touch from her, just making sure that Sarah didn't have an opportunity to receive that ball in the circle. And we've got Emma Lomas over the ball. Out to Lucy, who's earned a free hit. Quick free hit from Smitty, but has to bring it back to make sure it's on the right spot. So we've got Lucy over the ball out to Ash. Ash back into Luce with a nice touch in the circle. Sarah over the ball. And Soph Gagan again, too strong in that defensive circle.
I mean, would have seen, if you'd noticed just off the ball, Em Robson in that perfect spot, just a metre or so in from the top of the circle, unmarked, ready to get that ball as an outlet. So they really just need to tighten that up a bit more, the Vikings, because we know that basically any of those ANU strikers are going to have a crack if they get an inch of space.
It's a good pass from Rachel Barnsley. And a little bit of congestion there, and ANU able to win that free hit. That's good defence by Kira. So Kira this year made our ACT Under-15s team, but unfortunately due to COVID the National Championships was cancelled, but would have been a really good opportunity to see her as a little bit of a leader in that group. Hard to imagine that she's still under 15 when you watch her play out here.
So much maturity in some of these younger players as well. They've got more of a calm and stable head, I think, as the years go on, compared to previous underage years as well. So I think people are getting smarter with their hockey, and that's going right through into our junior ranks, which is wonderful to see.
And Tamika winning the free hit here, able to connect with Izzy. Beckley in a good position, able to find Helen. Good skills from Helen. I thought that just hit Izzy's foot, but Lecky's in a good position and he was pretty confident with that.
And importantly, Helen just kept fighting.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. You play the whistle, which is an intelligent play. You know, you don't just stop, even though you know it might have gone on someone's foot. You keep going until the umpire's certain of what they're going to call.
Emma Lomas through to Izzy here. And again, can't get through Soph Gagan in that middle of the field. Pip Lendrum just near the ball out wide. Good pass from Pip through to Ellen. Ellen with a little bit of space ahead. Able to beat Tamika and find Ash in the circle. Just that shot wide of Ash. Was a brilliant ball from Pip Lendrum out wide there through to Ellen.
And awesome from Ash turning and getting that shot away. You know, that's what they need to be doing. They've created that opportunity again, but then backing yourself to go, yep, I'm here in some free space. Let's have a crack.
Yeah, absolutely love it when anyone pulls the trigger in the circle. You don't see enough of it.
You know what? It'll make ANU second guess as well. They're going to be going, well, they're going to have a shot, so we're going to have to step up, and that will create other opportunities for Vikings as well if they have those players that are sitting off the ball. So we see Beckley possessing that ball really nicely, going for that baseline, sends it across the face of the circle.
And Pip Lendrum out wide looking for the shot. Good defence by M. Robson there. So Beckley very, very strong as that overlapping halfback. It's where we saw probably the most exciting opportunities when she was playing Hockey 1, when she was that right half running that baseline. So really good to see her have an opportunity to do that in this game.
So seeing a turn of play now. ANU straight down the other end of the field.
Good tackle from Sarah White. Sarah Osborne able to get back in control of that and get that free hit.
Now deep in the pocket, there's going to be a little bit of fight between the two teams. ANU trying to inject it into that circle somehow, so Shelley trying to be nice and strong on the ball, but it's now with the Vikings defensive line. Look to transfer around that far side.
Just a mistrap from Soph Gagan. M. Robson picking that up through to Lucy. And Lucy putting that ball across the circle. Not able to connect with any ANU players.
Soph Gagan, a really fantastic option right there for the Vikings when they were transferring. There was no one marking her. So if she had that ball, it opens up the whole field for them right then.
Yeah, absolutely. She was in a really good attacking position. And Emma Baxter trying to make sure that she doesn't give Soph any space to receive the ball. Doing a good job marking her in there. It's Vikings free hit. Helen takes a quick free hit, but Emma Baxter's able to dispossess her. M. Robson in heaps of space over that right side. Izzy, beautiful pass out to M. M's able to connect with Lucy again. They've played well together, those two out wide. It's an ANU free hit.
That pass from Izzy Cow, square ball, reversing, beautiful.
It was beautiful, and I think M. Robson thought she wasn't going to pass her, and you could see her putting her hand up screaming. She was in such good space. It was a good tackle by Jess Cox. Not as good as Tony's tackle last night.
Tony's deflection last night was amazing.
It was amazing.
Tony, if you're listening, feel free to give us a shout out.
And Sarah White transferring that ball across. Jenna putting pressure on that Tuggeranong receive. And Helen and Shelley just doing a little bit of battle back there, and that's Tuggeranong's free hit. So just under 4 minutes left in this final quarter. ANU leading Vikings 5-0.
You'll see some of the final substitutions occurring now, sort of if teams are rolling with that sort of 3-4 minute sub-routine. Some teams will go with longer stints and may vary it across their lines, but essentially players who are on the field will probably be those that stay on the field for these last few minutes.
It's a good dispossession there from M. Robson. Opening up the field, creating some space, able to find Danny. M. Robson again, so calm on that ball. Like I said, such a clinical, technically sound player, M. Robson. And Beckley in the circle, Shelley desperate to dispossess her.
Smart play from Beckley. She looked up and she didn't see an option that was safe in terms of getting that ball and possessing it out of the circle, so she carried it herself. Is in a little spot of bother here in the far corner, and they're quite literally almost at a dead standstill.
So a little bit of an indoor move there from Beckley, running into the corner when you can't see any good opportunities. We've got quite a few of our indoor representative players playing out here today. Shelley Watson's got some caps, indoor caps for Australia. Very strong player. Beckley's, Sarah White, Emma Baxter, all playing for ACT indoor teams as well. Emma Lomas with the ball. Good tackle by Jess Cox. And Alex Clark intercepts that, but just brings it down into her own body.
A little bit of an outlet down the far end of the field. Only 2 minutes to go in this game, so ANU probably looking to just cement that scoreline. Vikings still with opportunities to find a point on that board. As we see ANU controlling that ball down this left side. Just a little bit of a wayward hit, and we're going to see a change of possession. Vikings to take it in this last minute and a half.
So a little bit of chat there between M. Robson and Smitty. So it's a good person for M. Robson to learn off Smitty. She's got a lot of experience, like we said, in the Canberra Strikers and Canberra Chill. M. Robson with a turnover here. Just wide of Jenna Cartwright. A little bit of miscommunication there. I think Jenna was leading straight and Em thought she was going to hold out wide.
I think Jenna thought someone was coming in behind her as well to pick that one up, because she didn't even stick out. She sort of looked at it. So yeah, maybe a little bit of miscommunication, but Vikings now in the outlet. Nice control here from Pip.
And Shelley's able to dispossess Ash there. Less than a minute to go. I think ANU still very keen to create another opportunity here through Emma Baxter out wide.
It's always time for another goal.
Always time for another goal. So Emma Baxter with a free hit on the sideline, sending it around to Tamika at the back. Tamika finding Danny. Back to Tamika. Ash was putting some pressure on Tamika at the back there, forcing her to go back out to Danny.
Really just controlling it here, ANU. They know that time's winding down. There's no pressure on them, but they're still going to keep fighting. Cartwright to have a shot. Save there from Feltham.
And Smitty wasn't quite able to pick up that rebound. And that's time for today. So thank you again to Transformed, an award-winning education and training organisation, for being a major sponsor of the live streams. Support is greatly appreciated. We have ANU winning that game 5-0 against Tuggeranong Vikings.
Thank you for tuning in today, and if you tune in for the next game, it will be commentated by Jess Cox
and Kel Green.
That'll be a
Kel's
nice little
first game.
combination.
It will be exciting. Until next time.
jump, skip and hop, and never stop.
Being a sports physio, I see lots of injuries. As you can imagine, I've seen plenty of ankle injuries and I have used many different types of ankle braces, but to be honest, I've never seen one as superior as the XOL. It allows your ankle to move like it was designed to, but it kicks in the moment it goes to go too far, and in that way it protects the ankle joint. So whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just someone who enjoys getting out and about, the XOL will give you confidence as well as a sense of freedom to keep you doing what you do each and every day and to enjoy life. XOL.
For a great game of social golf on a beautiful course, visit wonqy Country Club on the corner of Northbourne Avenue and the Barton Highway Lyneham. If it's competition golf you're after, wonqy has a variety of membership options available to suit a variety of needs. For further information on social golf or memberships, contact the club on 6241 3377 or visit wonqy's website www.wonqy.com.au. Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development. Today's game proudly sponsored by Synergy Group, a professional services firm delivering dynamic solutions to government. Canberra born and bred, they exist to uncover what could be so that it can be. They imagine life-changing ideas and help our government make them a reality, and are creators and advisors behind some of Australia's most important projects.